Eric Ibar, the shortstop, will hit ninth. And take a look at the numbers for Felix. Having a terrific year this year. 179 strikeouts, 885 innings pitched, just a 236 opponent's average. And the defense behind him: Saunders, Gutierrez, and Ichiro in the outfield. A little bit of a change in the infield. Beltre and Jack Wilson on the left side, but Bill Hall will get the start at second. Jose Lopez over at first, and Rob Johnson will be behind the plate.
And here we go with the first delivery down low, ball one. One ball and no strikes to count. Jerry Meals is the man calling balls and strikes here this afternoon. And that is a strike. 1-1. 76 wonderful degrees. And the wind calm. Perfect afternoon for a ball game here. And throughout the afternoon, the shadow will continue to creep out there over the batter's area. And that ball is smothered down to second base, and the throw back to first. What a try by Jack Wilson as he got it to Bill Hall, making his first start at second base, and it almost turned into a spectacular play.
Take a look at it. Nice diving stop by Jack Wilson. I think he surprised Bill Hall a little bit. And remember, they have not played together, and Bill tries to get rid of it quickly. Lopez over at first knocks it down. Nice effort.
So now it behooves Mr. Fernandez to pay some attention, because Sean Figgins has 39 stolen bases, and they went crazy against him back in May. He had 5 stolen bases, and 3 of them were thrown out, and the delivery is down low and outside. They tried to steal 8 times against him.
And I would think that they'll probably test him again today, so hopefully he'll pay a little more attention to him. Throw over to first maybe a little bit more often, change what he's doing on the mound, step off a few times.
And there he goes. The pitch is a strike. Don't to the second base. They got him. They nailed him. Right out the belly by Rob Johnson to Jack Wilson. What a throw.
And again, a nice job by Felix. He gives Rob Johnson plenty of time to get rid of the ball. Throws him out actually pretty easily. Nice pitch to throw on, too. You can see him come out and just fire a seed down to second base. Nice play.
So Sean Figgins now has been thrown out 16 times. He does have 39 bases stolen, as Abreu takes the delivery down low, and they count 2-1. But he's also been thrown out more than anybody in the league. 16th time he's been caught. Abreu takes the change that time away. Ball 3, 3-1. And a ground ball back up the middle. Great stop from the seat of his britches. The throw to first, and Bill Hall has turned in a magic play. His first game at second base. My, oh my, what a play by Hall.
Excellent range by Hall, going back up the middle, gets rid of it quickly. And Jose Lopez playing first base today. Nice little pick. Does a nice job over at first, keeping his foot on the bag, but a terrific play by Hall.
Well, almost 2 spectacular plays in the middle of that infield. And here's Torrey Hunter taking his strike at the knees, 0-1. Hey, this American League West race is not over. Texas won last night, 2, and they are within 4.5 of the Angels. 1 ball, 1 strike. If the Mariners win, they would be within 9. But they would have to get a lot of breaks. But it's happened before. That's down low. Angels have an unusual road trip. They leave here.
They do.
They leave here after this game today. They have an off day in Kansas City tomorrow. But they'll spend the night in Kansas City. They have an off day tomorrow. Then they'll play 4 games in Kansas City, including Monday. Breaking ball for a strike. So that's been 6 days in Kansas City. That's almost unheard of.
Yeah, it's very unusual. It's unusual to play through the weekend and then stay over for an extra game on a Monday.
Here's the 2-2 to Torrey. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. So an interesting first inning, to say the least. As we go to the bottom of the first, nothing for your California Angels. Some M's coming up. one great defensive try. The Angels don't score. Let's look at the Mariners lineup, Mike.
And leading things off for the Mariners today, it'll be Ichiro, then Franklin Gutierrez, Lopez, Sweeney, Beltre, Bill Hall with a terrific play. He's in the lineup today. Jack Wilson, Rob Johnson, and Michael Saunders, the left fielder, hitting ninth. Scott Kazmir this year, you can see really high ERA, just under 6 for him. A lot of walks, 50 walks in 111 innings pitched.
Kazmir with a career mark of 3-1 against the Mariners. And the fastball up and in to Ichiro, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Native of Houston. He's got some big bucks left on his contract too. Runs through 2012. Broke his back. Ichiro's going to beat it out, I think. Yeah, he sure is. So he's got an infield hit. As Kendry Morales, knowing how fast he was, tried to get it, scoop it, and couldn't do it. And that's going to be an error on the first baseman.
Take another look at it. If he fields it cleanly, I think Ichiro beats Kazmir to the bag. Kazmir was slow to get off the mound, falling off towards third. I don't think he would have beat him there.
I don't think so either. I wouldn't be surprised to see that scoring changed, to tell you the truth, because there was nobody over there. He wasn't going to beat Ichiro.
No.
So here's Franklin Gutierrez now. And that's down low and outside. Mariners having a very fine homestand. 6-3 is their record on this homestand. And they must have been listening to us. They have changed that to a base hit. And that's down low. So an infield base hit for Ichiro. '52nd infield hit. And number 187, 13 away from 200. That's low, ball 3, 3 balls and no strikes. Ichiro, 1,992 career hits, 187 hits this year. Our salute from the United States Marine Corps for Ichiro. And that is a strike, 3-1 the count. And that's hit into left center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. So Ichiro is going to hit on to third. And the Mariners are open for business here in the bottom of the first. Runners at first and third. Nobody out.
Well, Kazmir jammed Ichiro. He ends up with a base hit, and this gets in on the hands of Gutierrez, and he fights it off into left center field. Talked about Ichiro not running like he normally would. He still makes it over to third base easily on the play.
So runners at first and third. Nobody out. And here's first baseman Jose Lopez. With the hot bat of Mike Sweeney on deck. A little bit inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. One thing you got to do with Jerry Mills behind the plate is throw a strike. He is a very, very small strike zone. One and one.
Are you surprised to see Kazmir get traded?
I was surprised to see the Angels pick up the tab on him. And unless there were some considerations from the Angels or from Tampa Bay to pay the rest of his salary. We knew he was on the market at, the trading deadline. And that's hit foul down the third baseline. And the scouts that I've talked to, I used to be in love with this guy. I mean, he may have been the #1 guy I would take from a left-hand standpoint. Scouts I've talked to are not that impressed with him.
Well, his velocity is down. He used to be a 94, 95 guy, and now he's anywhere from 89 to 92. So when you talk about the salary and the years on it, I wonder if there's any concern about his overall health.
Way inside and hitting. So down to first base, and the Mariners now with an unbelievable opportunity here in the first, as Lopez is hit in the leg or the ankle. Of course, he had that shin guard on.
Hit him right in the back of the knee.
Rocky start for Scott Kazmir. Ichiro at third. Franklin Gutierrez at second. And now Lopez over at first with nobody down. And Hannes back in the lineup coming up. Mike Sweeney has hit a 9 of his last 10. During that time, hitting .457. Big RBI in the first inning last night. That's a knee at the knees for a strike, 0-1. This afternoon in Oakland, buried the Royals 10-4. And that's where the Mariners are headed for a 4-game series beginning tomorrow night. Two strikes on Michael. Kazmir, of course, started out his career with the New York Mets. 25 years of age. Makes his home in Florida now. But a Houston high school phenom. Football player. Still two strikes.
He's just throwing fastballs, getting a pretty good portion of the plate. Sweeney in yesterday's game, his first time up, went to an 0-2 count, came up with a nice base hit to drive in the Mariners' first run.
And a little low. Change up that time. One and two on Sweeney with his sacks full, nobody out. And that's line down the left field line, just foul. Almost got the line. I understand we've had some transmission problems in some of our markets. To recap, Ichiro, a ground ball, broken bat hit off the glove of Morales at first base to start it off. And Franklin Gutierrez, a line drive to left center to send Ichiro to third, and then Jose Lopez was hit. So the bases are loaded with nobody out. And the count of ball and two strikes on Mike Sweeney. Foul back. Understand the junior should be back tomorrow down in Oakland against ex-teammate Brett Tomko. Tomko, who was let go by the Yankees and ended up has done pitched well for Oakland.
certainly would like to see the Mariners take advantage of this situation. And I think more importantly, Dave, is the shadows. Another couple innings, those shadows are going to be a little bit further out in front of home plate, and that's going to make it difficult for the hitters to pick the ball up. So you get a chance right now. You can see Mike Sweeney just in the shadows. He's still in pretty good shape, but as it moves out towards the mound, it gets more difficult to see.
And in the dirt. And at this time of the day, that outfield is not easy to play at all, with not a cloud in the sky. Nice blue sky out there. Out there in the left field is just about every field is a sun field, but you're looking into the sun out there in the left more than anywhere else. 2-2 on Sweeney. Out of play. Heck of an at bat for Mike Sweeney.
Started off 0-2. It's fouled off a number of pitches. You can see that last pitch up and away from him, but he has a 2-2 count now. Trying to get the pitch count up on Kazmir. 18 pitches so far and still doesn't have an out.
Nice crowd here this afternoon too. And again, another foul, and man, that took a bite out of the catcher, Mike Napoli.
Going to foul it off, and it's going to catch him right in the mask.
It's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Listen. There have been catchers that suffer concussions from that type of foul ball. I'm sure Napoli's going out there and said, let's hold on for 1 second. I want to get the cobwebs out of my mind before you throw the next pitch. Man, that was a direct hit. There's a man very familiar with that. One of the great catchers in the National League, the Dodgers, Mike Scioscia. Unbelievable that this is already his 10th year at the helm of the Angels. And strike three call. They finally got him, and Sweeney not exactly elated with the call of Jerry Meals, but he walks away.
Take a look at the last pitch. I think Mike thought this pitch was inside. It's the best fastball we've seen out of Kazmir at 95 miles an hour.
So Adrian Beltre now up there, back after missing 18 games. His first game back last night, and he went hitless. He went 0 for 4. Strike. Not a breeze. Change up that time. Actually turned it over a little bit. Beltre only 2 for 12 against Kazmir. One and two. White Sox beat the Twins today 4-2. The only other American League score besides the Kansas City Oakland game. And he got him on a breaking ball. So back-to-back strikeouts of Sweeney and Beltre. And now we'll take a clutch base hit.
Take a look at the last pitch by Kazmir. Down in the zone. Adrian swings right over the top of it.
He's only allowed one grand slam home run in his career. And look what opponents are hitting with the bases loaded against him. When he gets him jammed, tightens up. And he's now away from getting out of a heck of a jam here. Bill Hall, the hitter. On one.
Mixing in the occasional changeup, but for the most part, he's just throwing fastballs in the middle of the plate.
Another one. 2 strikes, so his control that was a problem right now is not. He's a strike throwing machine. There's Ichiro, Gutierrez, and Lopez looking for some help to get in. Pretty good eye. 1-2. Mariners 13-5 in rubber games this year. And he struck him out. What a job by Scott Kazmir. Bases loaded, nobody out. He strikes out Sweeney. He strikes out Beltre. He strikes out Hall. And after one, no score. Kazmir dodges a big bullet, and here's Vlad sending a ground ball to Hopper right to Jack Wilson, who's going to throw him out easily. Guerrero and easy out his first trip to the plate here. So 1 pitch, 1 down. And Kendry Morales, the switch hitting first baseman, will be the hitter. On the outside corner on 1. just barely missed. San Diego shutting out the Nationals 7-0. How long do you think it'll take Strasburg to get to the big leagues?
Well, I think from everything that I've heard about the young man and just a little bit that I've been able to see of him on TV, showing some highlights and things, I would say that he'll probably be there next year.
Out of spring training?
No, I don't think so. I don't think out of spring training, but he'll be there at some point next year.
Off balance throw by Beltre. 2 down.
What do you think?
Well, just like you, everything we've heard, and I'd love to see him pitch in person. I've seen him pitch like you have on video. Great curve. He's Nolan Ryan-esque to me.
That's what he looks, right?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Maybe with better control than Ryan had when he first started with the Mets, and then went to the Angels. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him break camp with him next year.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised, but I think that as an organization, big investment. You know, do you give him a chance to get his feet on the ground and running, as opposed to having to pitch in the pressure of the big leagues for the first month and a half? I think he'll definitely pitch in the big leagues next year.
You know, you think in putting him in that organization, and the fact that they've struggled now for so many years, what effect, you know, lack of run production would have on him. High one hopper back to the mound with a very easy 1-2-3 second inning for Felix Hernandez. Down go the Halos. We come back and tell you about the Mariners. Second, no score.
Is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino, Seattle's premier entertainment and dining destination.
Jack Wilson's going to lead it off for the Mariners here in the second inning. And bunt the ball, but foul back into the stands. Kazmir in all kinds of problems in the first, but he got out of it, loaded the bases with nobody out, but then struck out the next 3.
And the only good news with that is that he had to throw 29 pitches to get through the first.
2 strikes on Jack. Just before the break, we were talking about Strasburg, Stephen Strasburg, and swing and a miss. What effect an offense like Washington may have on him, although he's got great stuff. I got to thinking about Steve Carlton winning for the Phillies at one year. I think he won about 40% of their games, but that was when he was a veteran. I mean, you go out there as a rookie, and it's a different situation when you get 1 or 2 runs day after day after day. You're wondering when you're going to get 5 or 6 a game to make it a little bit easier on you.
And again, that just puts more pressure on him not to make too many mistakes and throw strikes and do all those things. And sometimes I wonder if you know, to me, watching that whole situation, I couldn't help it, but I just kept thinking about Kerry Wood and Mark Prior. Two just tremendously talented guys, but they ended up having a lot of injuries throughout their career. Prior, I think, is out of the game now, and Kerry Wood, of course, closing for Cleveland. But I wonder what kind of effect that you go in all that. And those two young guys got to the big leagues real quick, power pitchers. So
left-hander David Clyde came up as an 18-year-old high school phenom with the Texas Rangers many years ago. Kind of like the Pied Piper down there. Started his first game at the big league level out of high school. Didn't last very long. Ibar throws out Jack Wilson. And Rob Johnson will be the hitter. Williams catcher. Speaking of number ones, Dustin Ackley has left and headed down to Arizona to begin his professional career after spending a couple of days here.
I bet he's anxious to start playing again. Figgins going to be a free agent at the end of the year. It'll be interesting to see what happens to him. Terrific leadoff hitter. Makes a lot of things happen for the Angels.
Changed up on him and missed low. Play. Kendry Morales takes it to the bag for the second out. Hope you're going to mark your calendar for one of the biggest fan appreciation night extravaganzas in Safeco Field history. It all happens on Friday, October the 2nd. That's going to be when the Mariners are going to be hosting the Rangers, and you could win an autographed player jersey, a flat screen TV, a vacation package, and more. Join us for what is always one of the most fun nights of the year. For tickets, you can visit Mariners.com. Michael Saunders, youngster from Victoria, getting his feet wet at the big league level. Has found it going a little tough offensively. He's shown flashes of being an outstanding defensive left fielder. Got 6 bunt base hits.
It will be interesting to see him in spring training next year and the adjustments. He'll make some adjustments over the winter, do some things, think about how the big league pitchers were able to get him out and different things that he needs to do. But overall, you have to really like him as an athlete. 6'4", can really run. Only 22. You think he's going to develop some power in his swing?
13 home runs at AAA when he was called up about a month ago. And a breaking ball fouled back. Now, that shade situation that Mike was talking about is a big factor, as it's halfway out there between the hitting area and the mound.
And the tough part about it is tough to pick up the spin of the ball, the rotation of the baseball. It's tough to read it. Gets into the shadows and it just looks gray. You can see it almost disappear on you right there. A terrific shot.
Ichiro next. Three-two broken bat, little one hopper hit right to shortstop, and Ibar throws him out. So here in the second, the Mariners go down in order. We'll come back and tell you about the third. There's no score.
Here for rally fries.
Eat too many of them, he won't be if he's a Mariners pitcher. That is time now for our Aflac trivia question. Who is the Angels' all-time leader for the most career hits and RBIs against the Mariners?
You know the answer?
I have an idea. Gary Matthews takes a strike on the inside corner. Vladimir Guerrero hadn't been here that long against the Mariners. He's got, I think, about 28 home runs against them.
Yeah, that's a lot of RBIs.
Yeah. Do you?
No, I don't. I've been kind of running through the different guys.
Tell you, I think it might be.
Who?
Might be a guy that's playing for the Atlanta Braves right now. Garrett Anderson.
Ooh, that's a good call. That's a great call.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count. I haven't been checking on what kind of year he's had. Of course, Bobby Abreu took his spot.
Right.
Abreu's had a heck of a year. Strike 3 call.
Initially, I was thinking maybe Tim Salmon.
Right.
Played a long time for the Angels. Had some really big years.
Garrett Anderson's hitting .288 with the Braves, we are told. 12 home runs, 51 RBIs. Not bad.
Not bad.
On 1 on Mike Napoli, the catcher. drive base hit. Just over Jack Wilson. It's his second hit for the Halos. Tomorrow, down at the Oakland Coliseum. Ian Snell and Brett Tomko. The first of a 4-game series down there. Felix Hernandez would figure to get back-to-back starts against the Angels, because he would start next Tuesday in Anaheim. Strike on Ibar. Angels 3-4 weeks ago looked like they were just going to run away and hide, win this thing by 20 games. It doesn't look like that now.
No, it doesn't. You look at it. Just the Rangers have really amazed me this year. Ron Washington has done a nice job with that club this year. Because I kept waiting for them to fall back, like they normally would do. But their pitching has held up nice, and we know they can score a bunch of runs.
That is the key. They're getting pitching they've never had before.
And they've played the Angels well this year. They've done a nice job against the Angels.
Beat them 9 out of 12 times.
Yeah.
One, two. That's out of play right now. And it may still be the case, but the melt factor, by that I mean it's so hot you have your pennant hopes melt in Texas. That hasn't happened.
It has not happened. It has not happened. And for Texas, the guy that we saw earlier that was struggling at the time, Josh Hamilton, looks like he's starting to come around to help them out.
Had a couple of home runs last night.
That's right.
Ibar, down he goes on a slider.
Last pitch down in the zone. Felix has done a nice job of that this year, working down. And you can see Ibar swinging right over the top of that last pitch.
Sean Figgins hit a sharp ground ball to Jack Wilson, who tried to bat the ball over to Bill Hall and did, but the throw to first was not in time to get him in the first inning. A great try. Hine outside. Ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. You ever had playing third base a 5-6-3 put out on the batter? Flip the ball to the shortstop or off the tip of your glove or anything like that?
I'm sure if it's happened, it's probably been that. A ball that was in the hole that maybe went off my glove and the shortstop was standing there. I've never flipped the ball to the shortstop.
Takes too high. Getting underway on the East Coast. The Yankees and Baltimore in the second. The Orioles leading it 1-0. And in Detroit with the Indians and the Tigers are tied 1-1 in the second. A little high to Figgins.
I think one of the unusual ones, I thought was last year when the Mariners had a shift on. We saw a 6-5-3 double play.
That's right.
Remember, Adrian came across the bag.
That's right. And he walked him, so first free pass given up by Felix. And Bobby Abreu will be the hitter. Bill Hall made a sensational play on Abreu as he went to his right on a ball that was headed into right center field, gloved it, and from the seat of his pants threw him out. Here it is. Good stretch by Lopez over at first.
This will be the first time the Angels have had a runner in scoring position. Base hit by Figgins. He tried to steal second, was thrown out by Rob Johnson in the first. So this just one base hit here in the third and the walk.
This is a ball club that's hitting over 300 with men in scoring position.
And Abreu's hitting 375 with men in scoring position this year. And now he's ahead in the count. Ricky Darrell take a trip out to the mound, talk to Felix.
Felix beginning to have a little bit of a problem with his command here. You can almost see the wheels turning in his head. Took a little bit off the fastball, quite a bit off the fastball. .305 with men in scoring position.
Put them number one by a pretty good margin.
High and outside. 3-1. .21 pitches for Felix here in the inning. And at the knees. So now the fans jumping into it as the runners will be going here with two away. The 3-2. Walked him. So now the Angels with the bases loaded. The two away for the dangerous Torrey Hunter, who was caught looking on strikes in the first inning.
The last couple of hitters that Felix has faced, he's missing up in the zone. So he's throwing the ball over the plate. He's just having a tougher time getting the ball down in the strike zone. There's a good two-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour.
Best when it's thrown.
Yeah.
And back with another one. A little more elevated, but result a foul ball. Barely outside. Mighty close. As you can see on our tracker, it was a strike.
Perfect pitch.
Like I mentioned with Meals there, you got to get a big bite out of that play. And he's out of there. And so Felix is up to it here. As he ends up striking out the side, he leaves 3. Same result as Casimir in the first inning. Still no score. And time to give you the answer to our half-lap trivia question. Who's the Angels' all-time leader for most career hits and RBIs against the Mariners? We guessed right that time. It was Garrett. It is Garrett Anderson, now with the Atlanta Braves. Ichiro takes high and inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. In his career, Garrett Anderson, 2,479 hits, 296 lifetime batting average, 284 home runs, 1,343 RBIs. Not RBI numbers, not Hall of Fame numbers, but getting there.
Terrific career. When we got a chance to watch him, I think for a lot of years there when he was in the prime of his career, probably one of the more underrated players in the league. He was consistently over 300.
Turn 2. Just needs 13 more hits. Look at that. 1,992 hits since 2001.
Now the shadows are a real problem. You can see Ichiro really late on the fastball. Again, it's tougher to see the spin of the ball.
When the Mariners return home, they'll have a very quick homestand, but very attractive one against the White Sox and the Yankees. And down the middle. So Ichiro just standing there and will walk away.
Well, take a look at this last pitch. We talked about how difficult it is to see it. Ichiro didn't like the call, but it's a fastball. Jerry Mills calls it strike 3. According to the tracer, it was off the plate a little bit.
Franklin Gutierrez, the hitter now. Gutierrez sent Ichiro to third base with a base hit in the first. About 26,000 folks here on this beautiful afternoon. What's the final game of this series? 3-0 on Gutierrez. Pop up. Who's got it? Second baseman does. Is Torres. Henry Morales struggled a little bit with it, then looked over to Torres. Torres took it. 2 down. Sunday, October the 4th, the Mariners tip their caps to the youngest fans on Kids Appreciation Day. Mariners closing out the season against the Rangers, and all youngsters 14 and under taking home a Moose poster thanks to Ivars and Kid Valley. Lopez with a strike on him. Plus, there are going to be mascots on hand to help celebrate, and prizes are going to be given away throughout the game. Get your tickets at Mariners.com. 1-1 on Lope. One and two. Changed that time. Barely got a piece of. Kazmier's really settled down after that 29 pitch first inning.
He's throwing a lot of off-speed pitches to Lopez. Just the one fastball at 93 miles an hour. There's another one.
He is about as good as that as any Mariner. Fouling pitch after pitch after pitch away, staying alive. And he's doing it again here with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. And not that time. No contact. So 1, 2, 3. And all of a sudden, 9 in a row retired by Scott Kazmir. And there's no score after 3.
Vladimir Guerrero. Some of the players call him Apocalypto. This popped up. Bill Hall. And Felix has retired Guerrero twice leading off innings here in this ball game. Felix with 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. 2 great defensive plays against Figgins and Abreu to start the ball game by Jack Wilson, and another one by Bill Hall. Then the Mariners, nobody out, bases loaded, get nothing. There's Kendry Morales, a ground out to third, his first time up. Shadows not much of a factor as they were earlier when they were splitting the difference.
There you can see now the pitcher is in the shadow, so you can see things a little bit better.
To Morales having a fabulous year. 94 runs batted in. He's got 30 home runs. Three-0 pitch. Mariners win last night 2-1 after a 10-0 drubbing in the first game. They stand 8-7 against these Angels on the season. One more trip to L.A. coming up, back up through the middle. Nicely done by Felix Hernandez. He can field his position. He does a nice job. 2 down.
They get another look at it. Morales hits it well back up the middle, but Felix no problem, makes a nice play. That certainly would have been a base hit if he didn't come up with that. Well, as we know, Felix is a terrific athlete, can do a lot of different things.
He retired his tourist last time on a comebacker. Chop that went up in the air. Felix went up and got it. Felix against these Angels. This is his 15th start. Prior meetings, a record of 3-4. High ERA at 4.77. Comes the 1-1. Torres caused a lot of problems last night. A couple of doubles and an RBI, 2 for 3. 2-1 pitch from Felix. Popped up, playable. Jack Wilson. And the Angels are gone here in the top of the 4th. Felix finding his groove here. A 0-0 ball game. Duel here in the 4th inning. Earlier today, former FSN colleague Bill Wixie was here. Threw out the first pitch. He was with FSN from 2000 to 2003, now with KCPQ. He's a cancer survivor, and he was here to call attention to Strikeout Lymphoma Day. We had him clocked at 62 miles an hour, a little bit better than Dennis Haysbert the other day. Good to see Bill here. Nice job out there. Here's Mike Sweeney. He had a 10-pitch at bat before striking out looking with the bases loaded in the first inning. Check swing. That first at bat, Sweeney saw everything Kazmir had to offer and more. 10 pitches. Mariners loaded it up in the first inning. Infield hit, base hit the center, and a hit batter. And Kazmir struck out Sweeney looking, Beltre swinging, and Hall swinging to end the inning and get out of it.
I'm not sure if it's because it's his first start for the Angels, but Kazmir, he looks to me like he has a much better fastball than what we saw earlier in the year when he was with the Rays.
And that was less than a month ago.
Yeah, much better.
August 9th. Pulled a string on him. Sweeney pops it up. Ibar makes the catch. Boy, Mick, that's Kazmir on a roll now after loading the bases. 10 in a row, he's retired. You know, I'm really angry with myself because last night Beltre made his return in his first at bat, and Ken Griffey Jr. arranged it so the Nutcracker Suite could be played. And I didn't make a note of it, and I didn't hear it. And I
didn't either. I didn't pay attention to it.
Doggone it, I missed it. But only Griffey could set that up. Swing and a miss by Beltre, and he's gone. Kazmir has now struck out 6 and retired 11 in a row. Quest high-speed pitch. Both of these guys bringing it today with Kazmir at 95 and Felix at 96. Here's Bill Hall. Outstanding play on Abreu to take a base hit away from him. Second hitter of the ball game. Short right field. Abreu's battling the sun. He's there to make the catch. 12 in a row retired by Kazmir. This is a big time pitching duel, folks. More than ever, and by Pizza Hut. Get loads of melty cheese with this stuffed crust pizza only from Pizza Hut. Glorious day here in Seattle. Glad you could join us for matinee baseball. A Felix Day with Felix Hernandez going against Scott Kazmir. Good crowd on hand. Yeah, you're on TV. And the videotape to prove it too when you get home. So, Judge, we got him at the ballpark, and that's his alibi for today. He's okay. That happened a couple of years ago. As Gary Matthews Jr. leads off Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David's program on HBO. And they were doing some filming at Dodger Stadium, and a guy was accused of a crime. He says, I was at the Dodger game. Yeah, sure you were, pal. He says, well, they were taping a TV show. And went back and looked at the rushes. There he was.
Really?
He got off, yep. Gary Matthews Jr. to be followed by Mike Napoli and Eric Ibar. Matthews struck out looking his first time. Matthews not getting near the playing time that he would like, given the depth. He said, yeah, the depth is good except for me. We got all these guys in front of me, and guys are having just breakout years. Felix here in the 5th inning is going to operate against the bottom third of the order. 3-1. Put it in play. Saunders is right there for the out. Check out our Benner Bank Building to the Future minor league report. Tacoma Rainiers, 6 games remaining. They're 3.5 back. High Desert Mavericks. They won the first half by 4 games. Second half, they lead by 5. All good news throughout the Mariner organization. Mike Napoli, a base hit his first time up, and send our welcome to Seattle wishes to all the fans of the Bayou Bengals, the LSU Tigers, in town to face Washington coming up on Saturday, opening of the college football season. 0-2 to Napoli. Ever been to Baton Rouge?
I don't think that I have, actually.
Did an LSU Arkansas game down there, and they have the seismograph. Napoli's gone on 3 pitches. Strikeout number 6 for Felix. Check that, number 5. And they get about 100,000 for a football game, particularly at night. That's when they like to play. Seismograph goes, makes it look like there's an earthquake. Makes so much noise down there. SEC football, it's something else.
Well, hopefully they're really tired from the long flight.
Yeah, let's hope a lot of them. Here's Felix, another comebacker. Stays with it. Did he get up? Yes, sir. Nice job by Felix Hernandez. That's about the 3rd comebacker he's had today. And he is retired 3, 6, 7 in a row. It's still scoreless.
Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Home 5th here at Safeco Field. Mariners trying to get something going against Scott Kazmir. He and Felix Hernandez matching some pretty good numbers. Kazmir struck out 6. He's retired his last 12. Felix has struck out 5, and he's retired 7 in a row.
And for Kazmir, after throwing a lot of pitches, 29 pitches back in the 1st inning, he settled down, started throwing a lot of strikes now. 77 pitches working here in the 5th.
0-2 to Jack Wilson, who grounded out to short his first time up.
You see his pitch counts. Quick 4th, just 9 pitches back in the 4th.
Nice job by Jack Wilson to fight one off Kazmir. Tampa Bay Rays, obviously a short history, but he's their all-time leader in many categories down there. Defensive swing, a little pop up to the pitcher. Well, he's trying to get out of the way. 1 out.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. Take another look at the swing. He starts to go after it and then just tries to pull his hands back in, but he ends up putting the ball in play. It's a nice little pop up to Kazmir. Easy play.
13 straight. Kazmir coming over from Tampa Bay on the 28th. 3 players. Here's Rob Johnson. Grounded out to the first baseman, Morales. Tampa Bay's owner, Stuart Sternberg, was asked, why did you get rid of Kazmir? Was it a salary dump? He says, no, it was a reallocation of resources. Okay, thank you very much. Popped up, Napoli taking a look, and he runs out of room. Rob Johnson, he's participated well in this game. He threw out Sean Figgins after Figgy got an infield hit to lead off the game. Tried to steal and was thrown out. Rob fouls that one into Napoli's glove. He's gone. Strikeout number 7. That's 14 in a row retired by Kazmir. 2 outs here in the 5th. Stay on top of all the latest Mariner news and happenings by logging on to Mariners.com. You can also follow the Mariners at Facebook.com/Mariners and at Twitter.com/TheRealMariners. You'll get exclusive offers and content, so log on today and stay connected with the Seattle Mariners. Great way to stay up on current ball club happenings. Get on Twitter. Ooh, the umpire took one there. Maybe Napoli got it.
Napoli did again.
Napoli had one. He took one, looked like it was around the chin area and knocked his mask off earlier.
I think that's the 3rd one that's hit him in the mask in the game. So they take a look at it. Breaking ball. The one you were talking about was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
This time he gets one off the leg. 42 of Kazmir's last 57 pitches have been for strikes. He's on a roll. 1-2 to Saunders. One and two. Saunders last night strikeout, a couple of pop outs to shortstop. Going against a tough left-hander here in Kazmir. Some education he's getting. I'll tell you what, Kazmir is on. Hard to believe that the same guy that got the bases loaded in the 1st inning. Since then, he's been untouchable. 15 in a row retired. Through 5 in a scoreless ball game. These guys expressing the sentiment. We liked it so much, we're going to give them rally fries.
Yeah, we're sending Lindsay out there. School's starting, so they missed batting practice today because of junior high. I think my kids say start next week. So most of them back to class.
Boy, it seemed like then the summer just started. Top of the order, Sean Figgins. And those fellas are sitting to the right of where Guerrero went upper deck a couple of nights ago. Top of the order, Figgins, Abreu, and Hunter here in the 6th. Breaking ball, strike 2. Felix, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, giving up 2 hits. Sharply hit line drive into right field for base hit for Figgins. Given how both these guys are pitching, There'll be some kind of action play coming on here. You can bet on that. It's not too early to plan for your 2010 season. Lock in on your Mariners season ticket. Season ticket holders, they enjoy significant savings off of single game tickets and flexible ticket plans. So make sure you're first in line. Get those additional tickets for all the big games and special events. For more information, visit mariners.com/season tickets or call this number 206-346-4001. Somebody nice will talk to you. Nothing doing on the first pitch to Abreu, ball one. Abreu robbed by Bill Hall in the first inning. And he drew a walk in the third.
You just feel like you're pushing it a little bit, aren't you, with Figgins being on base for the third time in this game?
Absolutely. The guy's got 39 steals. Biggie got thrown out last night by Kenji Judgem in the first inning. Got thrown out tonight in the first inning by Rob Johnson.
A couple things happened on that one. Felix was quick to home, and Rob ended up getting a fastball that was up in the strike zone to throw on.
This is the way to Abreu, 2-0. Felix profile to this point. Two-0 pitch. Beltre, what a play. There's one. Get two? No. That was almost a spectacular turn. Beltre.
That's as good as it gets.
That. Put a couple of stars next to that one.
Terrific play. The Mariners infield making some nice plays in the game so far. This is a terrific pick. He gets rid of it quickly. Nice throw to Hall. He gets rid of it over to first. Abreu, who runs well, so he just beat it out, but a terrific play. Nice try by the guys to try to turn the double play and help Felix out.
One out, runner at first, hardly out of the woods here. Torrey Hunter has struck out looking and swinging. Abreu, good base stealer, 27 out of 33. Lopez takes a look, but 8-9 rows deep. And anymore, boy, if you're Adrian Beltre, I mean, human nature being it is, and I know he's one of the toughest guys I've ever seen in any sport. But that ball was lit up coming down there. You know, there's got to be that thought.
He was real happy it was a backhanded play.
Thank you. Mucho gracias. 0-1. Little tapper, that will go foul. So we start thinking about postseason awards. It is starting to get a little late here as we're into September. Greinke, Felix Hernandez, CC Sabathia, and Verlander. Tell you what, Greinke cranked it up really well the other day on Sunday. A one-hitter. Felix can get on a roll here these last few starts. He's got a really good chance of winning this thing.
Yeah, if he can get to where he wins 17, 18 games.
You got Verlander and CC already sitting on 15. Greinke, if he had any kind of hitting support, probably have 4 or 5 more wins easily. Ball and 2 strikes. And play it out. It's going to be a great race. Scoring a run today, the way both these guys are pitching, it's going to feel like winning the lottery. One run could do it.
So many times this year in these close games, it comes down to the bullpens. If that's the case, you have to like the Mariners' chances. Their bullpen has been terrific this year.
29 and 16 in one-run games, down low, 2-2. Lowe going through his mid-game ritual to get ready. He's been a great eighth inning guy for the Mariners. Long look by Felix. He's ready. Here comes the 2-2. And now he has run a full count.
And Felix is now at 80 pitches here in the 6th inning.
Got Guerrero on deck, who's 0 for 2. Three-two to Hunter. Runner takes off, swung on. Beltre will have the one play. He'll throw out Hunter, 2 outs. Stay out of the DP. Smoother, quieter, greener way to travel. Ride Sound Transit's Lake Lane Rail from Tukwila to Seattle with 10 stops along the way. Here's a huge battle now. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Guerrero the hitter. First time up, leading off the second. First pitch swinging, grounded out to short. Leading off the fourth on an 0-2 pitch, he popped up to Bill Hall. Drives one to right. Ichiro's right there, and Felix survives this inning. Yes, sir. And going against some tough hitters, Figgins, Abreu, Hunter, and Guerrero comes out unscathed. It'll be Ichiro, Gutierrez, and Lopez coming up. Farms celebrating Wilcox Farms 100th anniversary. Remember, buy local, buy fresh, buy Wilcox Farms eggs, and buy Taco Del Mar, home of the $4.99 Mondo Burrito. Beautiful day here at Safeco Field in Seattle. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, the FSN crew. Brilliant pitching today by Scott Kazmir and Felix Hernandez. Felix has struck out 5, walked 2. Kazmir struck out 8. More importantly, he's retired the last 15 in a row. Mariners had the bases loaded in the first inning with nobody out. Then he struck out the side. Been rolling ever since. And for Scott Kazmir, this is his Angels debut, having come over on August 28th. Deal with Tampa Bay.
You know, the good news for the Mariners, he's at 91 pitches now, so if they can make him work a little bit in this inning, that might be enough to get him out of the ball game.
One and 2 to Ichiro. Backhanded by the shortstop Ibar, and he throws out Ichiro. 16 in a row retired. Don't miss the season premieres of Beavers, Cougars, and Huskies All Access. That's coming up later on tonight here in FSN. An inside look at your favorite college teams with exclusive interviews, player profiles, and on-the-field access you won't find anywhere else. Coverage kicks off tonight at 7 here on FSN. Franklin Gutierrez, the hitter, 1 for 2. He's got a base hit to center and a pop-out to the second baseman. Kazmir's got a good assortment of pitches, just like Felix. He's got good command today. Kazmir's top pitching output on the season. His last time out, he went 108 pitches on the 26th of August, going 6 innings against Toronto. And no decision in that ball game. So right field, Bobby Abreu fighting the sun. He's right there, makes the catch. 17 consecutive hitters retired for Scott Kazmir. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. "17 straight retired." Paul, make that Lopez a drive to deep left center field. Long run for Gary Matthews Jr. makes the catch. Brother. Gave it a good ride, but he got some great wheels out there in Matthews and Hunter. Through 6 in a scoreless ball game. If you want good pitching, you have it here today at Safeco Field in Seattle as we go to the 7th. Scott Kazmir against Felix Hernandez. Felix threw 6. We saw no runs on 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, walked 2. Good line for both gentlemen. Kendry Morales to lead it off. One of 5 switch hitters in this Mike Scioscia Angels batting order. Will be followed by his tourist and Gary Matthews Jr. So 3 in a row, 3 switch hitters in a row. 5, 6, and 7. Always a big day here in Seattle when Felix pitches. He's been fabulous on the road as well. Fours in another strike. Felix coming off a win against Kansas City a few days ago. He went 7 innings, giving up 5 hits. About his month of August, six starts, 2-1, a 2.70 ERA. He had a win and then 3 straight no decisions, a tough loss at Cleveland, and then a win to end his month against Kansas City. 2-2. Felix started out 4-0 in April. Didn't have a good month of May at all. 1-3 with a 4.34. Then just off the chart in June, 3-0 on 0.94 ERA. Pitcher of the month. Back up the middle. Boy, that was a laser shot. Base hit, Kendry Morales.
Felix was able to throw a couple of high fastballs by him, and then this one up in the zone again. But he catches up to it and hits it hard back up the middle.
I'll bring up Maicer Izturis. Izturis bounced out to Felix, fouled out to the shortstop, Jack Wilson. Infield set for 2. Beltre in at third. It was the bunt game that cost these Angels in the playoffs against Boston last year. Ibar couldn't get a bunt down in a late inning critical situation against the Red Sox and wound up costing them a scoring opportunity and the ball game, and they lost the series. Strike to Izturis, 1-1.
Izturis looked like he was going to bunt that to third, and if he does that, Adrian Beltre is going to have a great opportunity to cut the runner down at second base. As he squares around, Adrian's just about right on top of him.
Izturis has 2 sacrifice hits. Their team leader's Ibar with 11. Here's the 1-1. Morales back. Coach and staff for Don Wakamatsu. It's a good group. Beltre on his way in from third. 1-1. So 1-2 now. He hasn't gotten down a good attempt yet.
And you were talking about Ibar, even in last night's game in the 8th inning. Izturis led off with a double. And Ibar didn't get the runner over. A lazy pop up to left field.
All that stuff becomes super critical now, boys. You get making it turn into the playoffs. The 1-2 pitch, bouncing ball. They'll get just one here. All to Lopez.
As good as a bunt.
One out runner in scoring positions at second base here in the 7th inning. Take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Long homestand ends, and the Mariners embark on a long road trip. 3 cities: Oakland, Anaheim, and Arlington, Texas. Last stop at those 3 places. Home for the White Sox and Yankees. Matthews 0 for 2. Struck out looking. And a fly out to left. Texas short end to Toronto. Washington's lottery bringing you the scoreboard. And their third baseman, Michael Young, the All-Star, is going to be out with a hamstring injury for at least 2 weeks. Breaking ball and a good one by Felix. 0-2. Felix has got 1 out and 1 on, trying to get Matthews. So in that Texas game with Michael Young out for a couple of weeks, Chris Davis takes over at third. Base runner is Kendry Morales, led off with a base hit to center, moved up on a ground out by Izturis. Here comes Bill Hall. Did he get him? He did. First time Billy Hall's playing second base since June 15th of last year. 2 outs, with Morales taking third.
He makes a nice play on this one. Matthews runs well. Felix no chance to get this ball as it bounces over his head. But Hall comes in, gets rid of it quickly. Nice accurate throw.
So found here in Mike Napoli, batting out of the 8 hole. Having a good year. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Well, this afternoon, he's got 17 home runs and 48 runs batted in. Felix Diaz, first pitch, breaking ball, misses. Angels got a runner to second base in the 6th inning. Felix got out of it. That's a good pitch. Kevin Jepson starting to throw. The pitch Felix just threw to Napoli reminds me of the one that Brandon Inge talked about in Detroit when we were there. He said he started a breaking ball up around his shoulder and he quit on it. I think broke right back over the plate for a strike.
He does that quite a bit too. He'll start his breaking ball at the hitters, the right-handed hitters, quite often.
That one slipped. 2-1.
You look at Napoli, pitch at his head and ducks out of the way. How many times you see hitters do that and they'll hit the bat?
And instinctively, you're just getting the head out of the way. You're not worried about the bat. The bat's up there, and sometimes you get a little tap out. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Broken bat, ground ball, Beltre. Jack Wilson scattered. Good job by Jack. He saw that bat coming. I'm done. I'm out of here because AB's got it covered. Felix escapes possible troublesome inning. 7th inning stretch coming up. Roberto Clemente Day as Major League Baseball honors the great right fielder of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And each team in Major League Baseball has a nominee for all their off-field work. And the Mariners nominee, who was given a prize before the game, was Miguel Batista. Here's Mike Sweeney to lead it off. For more information, you can go to MLB.com. The Cardinals All-Star Albert Pujols won the National Award last year. Sweeney, Beltre, and Hall, 4, 5, and 6. Cashmer's retired the last 18 hitters. Eight strikeouts for Kazmir. Hasn't walked anybody. And the bases loaded. Nobody out in the 1st inning. Survived that. He's been dominant since. Now he's got Sweeney. Sweeney's ahead 3-0. On deck, Adrian Beltre. Sweeney a strikeout looking and a pop out to short. Mike Sweeney, 4-pitch walk. First walk issued by Kazmir ends a run of 18 consecutive hitters retired. What do you do now? You got Beltre, who can who can leave the yard on you. You get Sweeney's not a fast runner.
I think that you have to let him swing the bat. I don't think he's going to bunt in this situation. And as you mentioned with Sweeney, I doubt there's a hit and run involved. Mariners with an expanded roster have a couple of guys that could probably pinch run for him. Josh Wilson, Ryan Langerhans. But I doubt that Don Wakamatsu wants to take him out of the game unless maybe he gets into scoring position.
Then on the other hand, Sweeney comes in today's game with a 457 clip over his last 10 games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He doesn't want to take him out of the game for that reason. Who knows where this one's going to go. But if he gets into scoring position, you might. Sometimes managers will go ahead and make that move at that point.
There's a strike after 5 consecutive balls thrown by Kazmir. Beltre struck out twice today, swinging. There's a drive to center field, backing up Hunter, fighting the sun, and he makes the catch. 8-time Gold Glover made it look easy. 1 out. Tonight on Seahawks All Access, we live all the big moments from Seattle's 14-10 victory last Saturday against the Kansas City Chiefs. From the sideline to the locker room, our cameras, they were there as the Hawks remained undefeated in preseason play. Seahawks All Access tonight at 8:30 on FSN. Hawks Raiders tomorrow night. Bill Hall 0 for 2. Bill at second base today. He's made a couple of nice plays. Bill 0 for 2 today, 4 for 28 on the homestand. Today's the first day he's going against Scott Kazmir. There's a drive deep to left center field. Going back near the Nikon sign. It's off the sign. Sweeney rounding third. He's going to score. And the Mariners have a 1-0 lead on a Bill Hall RBI double.
Well, you said it, Dave. Bill Hall having a great day in the field, but this right here, a huge base hit. Gave it a real nice ride. They were shading him out towards right center field. I think he thought maybe he got it, but it ended up hitting the base of the wall.
Well, Bill Hall gives one a ride. Kazmir is going to be relieved. Sweeney had the play in front of him. And Mike emptied the tank right here. Comes around and scores easily. And the Mariners have a 1-0 lead. Mike Scioscia has seen enough. Scott Kazmir, a heck of a game, and the Mariners got to him. They have a 1-0 lead.
And the Tracer is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Mike Sweeney energized after scoring from first. Must have had good running for him with the arms. You know, you got to pump the arms in a certain way. He must have taken run a little track back in his day. Mike, not the fastest guy at his advanced stage. He's had a bunch of injuries, but I tell you what, he cut the bases nicely and was full steam ahead. See if Jack Wilson can pick up Bill Hall. RBI double. Have the Mariners in front, 1-0. Jack Wilson today, 0 for 2. Mike Scioscia, the dean of the American League umpires of the managers in the American League. World Championship 02 beat the Giants. There's Jepson now, 2-0 to Jack Wilson. Runner goes. Here's a throw down to third. Not in time. Gets away. Hall gets up. Here he comes to the plate. The throw. Not in time. It's 2-0 Mariners.
How about Bill Hall? Comes up with a huge hit. Takes off. Good jump from second base, and then the throw.
Hall, an outstanding athlete. Nice slide in there to beat the high throw.
You can
Mariners have a 2-0 lead.
And you can see Figgins tried to keep that ball in front of him, but just wasn't able to do it.
Runner goes. Here's a throw down to third. Not in time. Gets away. Hall gets up. Here he comes to the plate. The throw. Not in time. It's 2-0 Mariners. 3-1 to Jack Wilson. So Jack Wilson, he reaches on a walk. So Rob Johnson's going to be the hitter now. Rob 0 for 2. So we've seen a lot of wheels here in this inning, Mike. Sweeney scored from first, Hall with a double, and then stealing second and coming home on the error.
Well, what's interesting, you see a game like this and you figure it's going to come down to either one huge hit or a mistake, and we've seen both of those things in this inning.
Bouncing ball, booted. Did he get him? They got him at second and got him at first. How about that? Wow, double play. Is Torres and Ibar stayed with it after a bobble. But the big news, the Mariners get 2 on the board and lead 2-0 headed to the 8th. And that's some athleticism by Eric Ibar to avoid getting run over by Jack Wilson. Nice play all around.
Not just that, but the barehanded catch, jump out of the way and get rid of it in the air.
That's a major league play. Coors Light freeze game. Felix Hernandez has what he wants. He's got the lead now. As we move to the 8th inning, he'll face Ibar, Figgins, and Abreu. 9-1-2 here in the 8th inning. Ibar shortens up, takes a strike. Struck out. Tap back to Felix in the 5th. Another one hopper to Felix. Quick out. It's 4 comebackers fielded cleanly by Felix Hernandez tonight. He's got 4 assists.
And you like to see the quick out. Felix now at 102 pitches. He has really done a nice job of pitching deep into games this year. That's what you need him. Your number 1 guy. Heat up some innings for the bullpen.
Keep this guy off the bases, Sean Figgins. One and one. Figgins, one of the few infielders with more out-of-zone plays than Beltran. Does a nice job down there, and his batting average, ability to run bases and steal bases is big. Here's a 1-2. Got him looking. Huge second out. Huge. 2 down here in the 8th. Felix, his 6th strikeout. College football, it's back in session this Saturday here on FSN. Doubleheader action kicks off with the Oregon State Beavers taking on the Portland State Vikings. It's followed by the Cougars of Washington State squaring off with Stanford in a season-opening Pac-10 battle from Pullman. College football returns this Saturday at 11 on FSN and FSN HD. 2 down, here's Bobby Abreu. Going right after him, strike 1. Felix's last outing pitched into the 7th. In fact, in the month of August, 4 times he pitched through 7. Last time he got into the 8th was back on the 17th of July at Cleveland. 8 complete. That was back-to-back wins. 8 against Texas, 8 against Cleveland. One to Abreu. Misses. Felix with 1 complete game on the season. Felix about to throw pitch number 112. He's topped at 117 on 2 occasions. Way upstairs. A little too geeked on that one. 3-1. One pitch to Abreu. Walked him. 3rd walk of the day. 2nd time he's walked Abreu. Tying run comes to the plate. Pitching matchup tomorrow. Ian Snell on a nice little roll there. He's 3-1 for the Mariners against Brett Tomko. Has been around. Brett's got to be what, 15 years in the league?
Seems like he's been around that long. Been around for a long time.
Rick Adair with a quick conversation now for Felix Hernandez.
Probably buying a little bit of time for the bullpen to move around.
Lowe was up earlier, around the 6th inning. Felix's 1 complete game, June 16th at San Diego, a 5-0 victory. Threw a 2-hitter in that one, walked 4, struck out 6. And that was one of those 117 pitch performances. Right now, he's got to get Torii Hunter. 22,130. They're into it. First pitch to Hunter. Broken bat pop up. Jack Wilson's got it. Inning over. Felix threw 8 on a Felix day. He's got a 2-0 lead over the Angels as the Mariners are 3 outs away from taking a rubber match against the Angels. By Pizza Hut, get loads of melty cheese with the stuffed crust pizza only from Pizza Hut. And by Money Tree, providing immediate cash for your business is our business. Apply for a business loan at moneytreeinc.com. Feels like a playoff atmosphere. Matinee action here at Safeco Field with Felix Hernandez through 8 innings, a 2-0 shutout. You gotta love the buzz.
He creates a lot of it, that's for sure. He's been terrific, and what a game.
Felix with 4 assists himself. 4 comebackers, struck out 6, walked 3. Angels use their closer here, Brian Fuentes. Michael Saunders stands in 0-2 today. Here's what Fuentes has done after coming over from Colorado. Top save man for the Rockies. He's got a very unique way of throwing. Oh, and 2. Gotta be torture on left-handers. Dropping down there, you can see it. It's very funky the way he does it. This has been a good one though.
So he just kind of lays his arm back there, a little hesitation, and then fires at you. Mariners have David Artsma up, getting loose in the pen.
2-2. Strike 3 called on Saunders. Fuentes with his first K. Visit the official online shop of the Mariners at mariners.com. Browse the largest selection of authentic team gear, including clubhouse caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your gear at mariners.com as you see David Artsma warming up for the Mariners. Top of the order, here comes Ichiro. Fuentes with the 37 saves. That's a career best for him. Ichiro with a base hit, infield hit, his first at bat. Since then, a strikeout looking and a ground out to short. 2-1. Ichiro He didn't like that one, and I remember that in the third inning, he got punched out in a 2-2 pitch. He really didn't like that one. Back with another strike.
He rarely says anything, but on that pitch that you were talking about that punched him out, he kind of stood there for a little bit.
Probably in Japanese saying, "Are you kidding me?" Put it in play. Deal with that. Deal with that. Base hit, Ichiro.
Well, this is the second infield hit for Ichiro. Just cues it off the end. The way Fuentes went after it, I think he knew no chance. That pitch way off the plate away.
Still not 100%, but he certainly is a lot better than he looked last night. Talking about Ichiro with that straight cap that kept him out for about eight games, and the hits just keep on coming. 188, and he's got 1,993. More milestones for Ichiro. Ball one to Gutierrez. Franklin today 1 for 3. Fuentes 37 saves, second in the major leagues, only to Mariano Rivera of the Yankees. A drive to left. Matthews not going to get that one. Ichiro will get to third on a double by Franklin Gutierrez. 1 out, runners in scoring position for the Mariners, who lead 2-0. And who's coming up? Their RBI leader, Jose Lopez.
Take another look at it. Fuentes throws him a fastball right in the middle of the plate. Gutierrez hooks it down into the corner. It's an easy double for him, so the Mariners have some action here with just 1 out.
They're going to put Lopez on. Set up a double play situation, and Mike Sweeney is the guy they want to deal with. Sweeney today 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. He scored the first run. That was back in the 7th on the Bill Hall RBI to get the Mariners on the board.
Although they were able to get Sweeney out in the first with the bases loaded, he has been the hot hitter coming into the game for the Mariners.
5th time Lopez has been intentionally walking right. Sweeney started the day on a 10-game run, hitting .457, 16 for 35, 5 doubles and 8 runs batted in. As we mentioned, 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored today. Sweeney's 1 for 2 against Brian Fuentes. Ichiro's at third, Gutierrez at second, and Lopez at first. Mariners 6-3 on this homestand, and looking to go 9-7 in the season series against the Angels. Trying to get this rubber match. Some pitch.
The numbers that you just read for Sweeney, Mike Scioscia certainly aware of that, but he's trying to set things up for the double play. See if he can help Fuentes out a little bit.
Mariners had the bases loaded, nobody out in the first, didn't score. They have bases loaded, 1 out here in the 8th. Smothered nicely by Napoli, 1-1. Felix Hernandez has been brilliant today. 8 innings of 4-hit ball. Sweeney 1-1. Oh. Sweeney laid off it, thinking it was well off the plate. Tracer agreed with Mike. 1-2. He went on the check swing. The pitch before probably messed his head up, right? A couple 3 inches off the plate on the outside.
Well, I think it's more the location. I mean, he's definitely having to cover the outside part of the plate, and then he throws the pitch in. Anytime there's a hitter, you see that pitch inside, you're assuming it's a fastball, ended up being a slider that he was way out in front of. But probably right, Dave. He's probably hanging out over the plate a little bit, trying to protect it. Makes you vulnerable inside.
Here's Beltre, 0 for 3. Beltre 2 for 6 against Brian Fuentes. Eighth inning action here. The Mariners trying to tack on a few more runs. That'll get out of play. 1-1. Good to have Beltre back in uniform for the Mariners. They were hoping that would get put in play. You know, Beltre's got great opposite field power. Here's the 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Mariner third baseman. Long look by Fuentes. 3-1. Bill Hall on deck. You're in Beltre's shoes. You've seen what Fuentes has. What he's sitting on here, 3-1.
I think you have to look for the fastball. Probably a fastball away. Saw him foul one of those pitches off earlier in the at bat.
It was away and a walks in a run. 3-0 Mariners. RBI Beltre, his 32nd. Scioscia's seen enough, and he's going to come and get his closer. We'll take a timeout. Come back with the Mariners leading 3-0 over the Angels here in the 8th. October 19th, it's Sato Ichiro t-shirt night. First 15,000 fans receive an Ichiro t-shirt courtesy of Sato Pharmaceutical. This unique Ichiro design is not available in stores, so be sure to arrive early to pick up this limited edition Ichiro t-shirt. For tickets, visit mariners.com. Great buzz here at Safeco Field. Felix Hernandez and the Mariners with a 3-0 lead over the Angels here in the 8th. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And the Mariners have just chased the closer, Brian Fuentes. So Matt Palmer takes over now. It's been game number 32 for Palmer. Palmer's got a high ERA, but he's had a lot of success as a fill-in starter at 9-1. So you got Gutierrez at third. Lopez is at second. And Adrian Beltre at first for Bill Hall. Hall's had a really nice game. They've been pitching Billy right under his hand since he's been over here with the Mariners. He doubled to deep left center field his last time up, scoring the first run. Line. Gutierrez does a little hop skip.
A little unusual for a manager to take his closer out of the game, but I think with Fuentes, who's obviously struggling, but he had also thrown 24 pitches, so he wants to keep him available, keep him fresh, and not have him throw too many pitches.
First time Matt Palmer, Bill Hall going face to face. Fuentes did not have a good one. Struck out 2, walked 2, walked down run. Palmer comes set. Here comes the 0-2. Mariners trying to get this rubber match. Felix Hernandez. Boy, you can just feel the intensity, the fire burning within him. Both the power arms of the bullpen are ready. Mark Lowe on the left, David Ards. 0-2 to Bill Hall. Fastball drilled but fouled. Boy, he was sitting on it. Boy, did he hit that hard. Good Lord.
Tough to pull it any further foul. So you can see that pitch is up and in to Bill, and he turns on it. It's a missile. Ricocheted around up there in the upper deck.
Tell you what, if you hit that fair, you might have hit the hotel across the street. Breaking ball, got him. And that will do it for the Mariners. Bill angry with himself as he didn't get a piece of that. Time for the DA to take over. 3-0 Mariners as we head to the ninth.
So overall, he was terrific.
Here's what Felix did today. 8 innings of 4 hits, shutout baseball, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts in 100. 14 pitches. But David Aardsma, he had a big-time save last night. He faced Abreu, Hunter, Guerrero, and Morales. He gave up a base hit to Abreu, popped up Hunter, had Guerrero line out, and struck out Morales. Well, here tonight, or this afternoon, it's going to be Guerrero, Morales, and Izturis. Thad Vlad is 0 for 3 today. Aardsma, a quick worker, and relies heavily on that fastball. Swing and a miss. And Jack Wilson on that swing was moving towards the hole. He moved hard to his left. A 1-1. All in 2 strikes now. Guerrero's 3 for 6 against David Aardsma.
Well, Aardsma typically will pitch away with his fastball. That's been his bread and butter this year, being able to dot the outside corner. And I think he'll stay aggressive with a 3-run lead.
2-2. Felix threw the ball well. He fielded his position beautifully. Now Aardsma 2-2 to Guerrero. Ground ball to Jack Wilson. 1 out. Sometimes you want to say that's a big out, but in this lineup they're all big with the guys that they bring up here.
It's tough, and Aardsma's save yesterday was terrific, trying to save a 1-run game with the same group of guys coming up. Basically had to go through the middle of this lineup, so did a nice job. Nice to have a little bit of a cushion today with a 3-run lead.
Morales is 1 for 3. Gendry 1 for 5 career against David Aardsma. In there for strike. Aardsma started his college career at Penn State. They weren't making a commitment to baseball. Through some family connections, he wound up at Rice University in Houston, Texas. 1-1. Back with another strike. 1-2 to Morales.
You can see from the trace of both those pitches right on the outside corner.
Not wasting any time. He strikes him out. 2 down here in the 9th.
Nice pitch. Decided to switch things up a little bit. Looked like a split. It is. It's a split. You can see it just dive out of the strike zone. Perfect pitch. Wow.
Man, he adds that to his arsenal. Throwing that consistently, he'll be unhittable. I mean, you got fastball 95 plus and a split like that.
And command of your fastball. Very difficult.
Nice here is Izturis. Ball 1. Izturis today is 0 for 3. Aardsma comes set the 1-0. In there for strike. 1-1. A 1-1. Hit on the ground. They should do it right here. Jack Wilson fields, fires, got him. Mariners close the case, win the game, take the series 2-1. The homestand ends on a big up note. 7-3. Bill Hall, a huge moment for him. A big game for Bill Hall.